Money is like a sixth sense, and you can't make use of the other five without it, says William Somerset. So, hello everyone, and welcome to our Toastmasters 11th episode. I am Pooja, and I'm happy to be your host for the day. Yes, in today's world, personal finance influencers have become the modern day financial gurus, doling out investment advice between dance trends and vital challenges from budgeting hacks to stock market predictions. They're turning complex financial jargon into digestible, meme worthy wisdom. But are they truly shaping smarter financial habits or just making get rich quick schemes look really aesthetic? Students are learning about SIPs before they even start earning. Parents are wondering if these influencers know better than their trusted bankers, and working professionals are questioning whether they should listen to these people for their financial advice or a guy on Instagram so that they can follow it. As financial content takes over our feeds, the big question remains, are we becoming financially savvy or just followers of flashy finance? Because in the age of viral trends, even financial wisdom comes with a catchy hashtag with some suspicious lighting in the background. So, with that, I would like to call upon Arman to start. Yes, Arman.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity. My opinion of personal finance influencer is that the personal finance influencer plays a big role in personal finance because the Gen Zs heavily relies on social media to have their financial guidance. With 60 no with yeah 68% of people reported that their financial decision was influenced by social media. So my question is, why does they go at social media and search for finance influencers? Our Gen Zs, or rather young, our youth, are going at social media platforms seeking for financial guidance because there is a concerning educational gap. At the college, at the school education, only 13% of people reported that they have learned personal finance at school. So that is a huge gap for personal finance, which is now filled by finance influencer. So undoubtedly, finance influencers does play a role in widening the access of personal finance, making people educated on the concept of personal finance and ways to access those information. And some even get to what to say opportunity to learn these topics at a young age and even start some money saving habits or what not to do as financer. So yeah, that is my topic, and my conclusion is finance influencers does play a big role as they cover a concerning educational gap by teaching finance in online media.
Thank you, Arman, for your opinion. And now I think we will move the spotlight to Sir. So please.
Thank you, Pooja, for this opportunity. So, what's personal finance? More often, we hear this on the social media or maybe in the newspaper. Here and there, we see the posters. And why do we need this personal finance or personal finance? Actually, there are a few ways to manage our funds or maybe income we have. The first thing is income. How do we get income? Second thing is how do we spend it? Third is how do we save it and how much should we save? How much percentage should we save? And next comes the investment. How much should we invest and where should we invest? Should we invest in safer banks or should we invest in funds or stocks or gold? So these are the options available, or maybe even real estate. These are the options available in the market. And some people go further and invest in their own businesses or maybe on their own upscaling. So it depends on the personalities. It differs from person to person what one strongly believes, which is going to yield him or her in the longer run. And one more thing is protection fund. So you need to have some emergency funds. In time of emergency, you need sufficient amount to bail you out of that situation. So definitely need that. If you can take care of these things, then definitely you're going to have peaceful mind and comes to the terms of financial management. But not everyone has this knowledge how to have different types of income and how to invest somewhere and how to make it again recurring income. Take for example, Indian society. In India, not everybody is aware of this, and you go and tell them, they won't take you easily or they don't take you, seriously, and they naturally think you're trying to fraud them. So that's what happening in India because people are ignorant of financial management and other aspects. What is what is striking India badly here is the per capita income. We have 1.5 lakhs per capita income. When a person has got 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs per capita income, how can he save money? How can he invest somewhere? So when income itself is low, the saving and investing options don't even arrive. So it is really something like most of the crowd, it doesn't even reach. Only few people think of investing and saving. And many people, middle class and lower middle class people, are still finding really difficult to have income. Next is the data. I searched for the data. BPL, below poverty line data, is not really appreciated because the data is not very clear. They're saying only below 5% India has got poverty line. I don't think so, but in reality, it may be more. And rural population in India is 65 percentage. So when people are having 65 percentage of population in the rural areas, how do you educate them? How do you tell them, come on, install this app, invest there, invest here? Then they won't believe you. So this is the major thing. India is not able to have financial education in practicality. Second thing is we have few influencers who come very often on the screen and tell people invest there, invest here. And how many people believe them unless and until they invest and do it. Only when the known people convince them, they do it. Unknown people, they don't get convinced. And if you see the investment, if you see in the northern belt, people do invest because there are a lot many people in businesses and stocks. When it comes to southern people don't invest more because there are not many southern influences as we compare to northern influences. So more of a I think this is just an education for the people to think what are the options available for investment, and people should think and try and learn. If it doesn't fit, they can change, but we should be careful enough to invest in small amount. So with that, I would complete.
So thank you, sir, for your opinion. And now I would like to invite Malar ma'am. Ma'am, the spotlight is yours.
So, financial literacy and financial influencers are the majorly spoken topic in current generation. After COVID, there is a huge spike in that because many people lose their jobs and there were a lot of layoffs. Many people were not having savings. So they took used and many loan platforms and they were running their day-to-day expenses based on the loans. And when they get into after like regular salary life, they were not able to handle the EMIs and stuff. Here, there was a lot of gap between the financial education and the people. This gap was used by the financial influencers and they started filling this gap. But unfortunately, financial influencers has their own benefits where they have to yearn for themselves. They need to come up with new content. After some time, they have the limitation what to put, what to teach this one generation. And when they are just putting 30 seconds of video as a reel, the people are getting attracted by their words. But in the behind, they are not doing research, proper research. whether it is good for them, whether it will be feasible for them, or whether it is going to give them any benefit. They're not tailoring their own financial aspects, but they are just listening and trying to replicate the same thing what they are doing, which is not going to work because each one has their own tips and tricks how to get the investment done and how to get the returns on it. Nowadays, crypto, forex, investments like stock and mutual funds are speaking more in our generation, where they initially start their investments at the age of 17 or 18, and they are literally gaining in like whatever they are investing, they are gaining at least 300 rupees or 400 rupees. For example, if a college student is investing 2000 and their investment returns will be like 100 or 200 rupees, based on that things are getting, because there are a lot of platforms like Zerodha, Grow, where they are allowing them to invest 2000, 3000, and the very new concept called SIP. So there are like 5,000, 5,000 each month they are investing. Based on that, they are getting in returns. So based on the current generation, the technologies also come up with many new process, and also they are coming up with AI, where they don't need to sit in the laptop for 24 hours. The AI will be analyzing them and they'll be giving the output. The investment will be done directly from the bank account and they'll be getting the returns. So these are the current generation financial technical involvement. But there are a lot of side effects as well, where the people is not thinking on their own financial aspects, on their own what it is needs. They are thinking, since they are buying car, they are buying house, we have to buy the same thing. All these coming into the play. Instead of young generation getting into replicating things, they can get into doing what they want and what they can take it as a lesson, and based on that they can tailor their own aspects. So with us, what I'm concluding is, the financial influences are actually filling up the gap, but they have their own advantages and they have their own needs. So keeping this in the mind, the peoples should make sure to tailor their own financial aspects and make investment accordingly. This helps them to grow financially and also increase the literacy rate, financial literacy rate in India. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for expressing your opinion. And with this, we will conclude the session.